what risks do leaders usually overestimate instead of underestimate? The risks that I think leaders overestimate is the risk of complexity or over-engineering, the risk of not being able to push through to the end of the project. I guess you call it creating dead weight. I think that is so easily kind of mitigated. One key perspective that I keep in mind is that usually in these types of projects and innovation, you're looking for a sequence of experiments and hypotheses to be proven true or false. And in larger enterprises, actually implementing this stuff takes a longer amount of time. There are so many dependencies that it almost feels like a perspective difference where this risk of complexity is going to be a really big problem. Usually it takes a little while for the experiments that you're going to do to actually be integrated into the new system that it's proposed in. And I think that if you keep that perspective separate, then the risk sort of melts away. Another risk that I think is overestimated is probably data sharing. Copilot, for example, has a lot of data sharing rules that is tagged along with your current system. We're actually building a full visibility application that sits within your Azure and can read through all the OneDrives and all the SharePoints and actually give you a risk score on how much Copilot can see. But what I know is that Copilot and Azure Foundry and your whole MS365 instance can be applied the same security levels through sensitivity labels and default sharing settings, user groups, all that stuff. It persists through purview throughout the whole system. So that's actually quite overestimated as well. I think one risk that is underestimated is the risk of dead weight on the other side of things. So not due to complexity, but actually due to working on things that don't matter. And when I say don't matter, I mean that probably don't have legs. A lot of people are saying that you should get quick wins or the low-hanging fruit. And I actually really don't think that's right. Any project that I've worked on that's delivered value has not been easy or quick. However, it has been a sprint at the bigger question, which is how do we get more leads? How do we improve our efficiency? How do we implement AI so that everyone can utilize this new technology and replace a manual process? And I think that those are very, very common misconceptions of risks in delivering AI at the moment.